Welcome back to Geek Shuffle and to the second comic crate. This is the first comic crate in the regular rotation. I am no longer gonna do regular Friday videos, so the two comic videos in the month are gonna be part of the regular rotation. This comic crate is for the comic books I somehow got hold of in July, and it was a lot. I went a bit crazy. I really started up my comic collection again. As you can see, this is the stack we are looking at today, and I'm gonna speed through it as fast as I can without compromising the quality, of course. And I have even sorted out a couple that will be part of Comic Corner. So as to not spoil some subjects, there are some comics I have set aside because they will be part of some subjects in Comic Corner this month and next month. So I've bought some comics that fit those categories. And let's just jump straight into it. The first we have, I am a Harley collector, and I've been a Harley collector for many years. There are not a lot of Harley comics in this month. There will be going forward. This month I really went deep in filling in the gaps in the new collections I started since I started up collecting again. But this was Harley Quinn 31 with a Jenny Friesen cover. And I really like her covers, some of her covers. And going off the last comic crate, we looked at another cover with these two, and I really like this cover, so that was the reason why I ordered this. And this is also a comic book that is a continuation from last month, Rogue and Gambit number 4, and I showed off 1, 2, and 3 last month, and number 5 is likely going to be in next month. There are a lot of cover variants, and I am likely gonna hunt eBay or wherever I can find some of the cover variants. There are some really nice cover variants of these that I wouldn't want, that I didn't manage to get my hands on from the vendors that I buy comics from. Not all vendors have all variants, so you have to eBay or wherever. And those were the only two new, that's not true, but those were the only two regular releases that I bought. And then we have some new stuff. We have Star number 1, a new series from Marvel. And this is a cover by J. Scott Campbell, and he has been in the comic book industry for a long while, and he has been slowly growing more and more popular as a cover artist. He has, of course, his own series, Danger Girl, which leads directly into. But this was a number 1 of a new character, so we jump in, we try to buy it and see maybe it becomes popular, and I'll keep an eye on this series. But he has, of course, Danger Girl, and I like Danger Girl. It's fun. It's a bit adult, which is fine. If you know this channel by now. Wildstorm series. So I went back and I on my eBay purchases, my whatnot purchases, tried to find some older Danger Girls, and this was a special. I came across at regular price, so I bought it. J. Scott Campbell, and again, J. Scott Campbell. I've sorted these by artist to make it easy for me to remember. New Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, also J. Scott Campbell cover. Not something I usually buy, but again, I collect covers, and I don't actually read the physical. I read digital and collect physical. So I bought this for the J. Scott Campbell cover. And then we move into another cover I really liked, and this is a new artist, and I'm not sure I'm gonna continue to buy anything from him, but he is pretty popular as well. Joshua Sway Swabby, and he is somewhat popular. He does a lot of Catwoman, and he has made another cover that I bought and is going into the Comic Corner talk this month. So if you know the other cover from this month, you might already be able to guess what the talk is about this month. But Sway Swabby, Sway is his nickname, just like Artgerm. Then we move on to another artist that I might start collecting. Another of the Artgerm has a group of artists working alongside him in a collective of sort. Artgerm Collectibles. They work in the same house, and this is Derek Chu, and he has a tendency to, how can you put this gently, to draw thick women. It's not my personal preference, but I'll see where it goes. Depending on some of the other covers, it's more pronounced. Silk number 1, I bought this because it's a number 1 and Chew. So, but again, Silk number 1. Number 1, we like that. We have Punchline number 1. Punchline, somewhat new character. Can't actually remember when she debuted, but in the last couple of years. Also a Derek Chew cover. Like his style. And here you start to see his penchant for his anatomy, what he likes to. It is also a Chew cover. Guardians of the Galaxy number 1. He likes thighs, which some people do. That's fine. And then we also have Titans United. We have Raven, Blood Pact number 1. Also Derek Chew. Very nice cover. The less I like the DC when they do the titles like this. Really, really minimal text on the cover. Always nice. Maximize the arts. Raven. And again, here we have the prime example of the Chew art. If you like this kind of proportions on your superheroes, and then it might be a bit much for some, and not enough for others. It is on the upper range for, yeah, right. Chew, and I think we might have another Chew, but She-Hulk, number 14. Just because it came out now, so I bought everything with Chew on it. Because why not? She-Hulk number 14. And I think this is an older release, just because I bought something on eBay, Artgerm on eBay, so I bought this as well. Because Harlequin, Chew, and to fill out my buy, I think. And I like the art, very nice. Not as thick as some of the others, so that is fine. And I think we move on to another artist, InHyuk. I think that is how you pronounce that. If not, I'm sorry. Cult of Carnage, Misery. I'm not sure if this is a new character, but it is a number 1. And a very specific art style, all somewhat manhwa inspired, Koreanish. I like it a lot. And the same, InHyuk, the Avengers number 1, Scarlet Witch, very cool. And the same, InHyuk, Wolverine number 15. And the only reason I bought this is because I like Jubilee. I read a lot of comics in the 90s, and Jubilee was one of my favorite characters. I really like the art style on her. And the same goes for Doctor Strange number 3, where we got Sister Grimm. And for those of you who played the new Midnight Suns game, she has a pretty big role in that. And I liked her in that as well. She is, of course, originally from the Runaways. Very nice comic manga. And very cool art here as well. And then we have a one-off, and I think this was definitely an eBay. I have to fill my baskets because of shipping and taxes and imports stuff, so I have to at least buy 10 comics to make it worth it. Everything is just $40, no matter how much I buy. So we got Typhoid Fever character from Spider-Man, and number 1 Typhoid Fever Virgin, no text on the cover, and the artist is Hee-Jin Jeon. I haven't noticed that the artist in other, but I really like the art. Virgin covers are always cool, and a new character number 1, so can't go wrong with that. I don't think I paid a lot for it, so very cool. And I think we are going into a retro section before we go to Artgerm. I bought these in an auction on Whatnot, I think. I also grew up reading Witchblade and Evangeline and all that dark emo stuff, darkness and stuff. And Darkchild was one of those characters. And I had a chance to buy number 1s and number 2 and number 3s from that series. So we have Darkchild number 1 and a version, special Comic-Con edition of Darkchild number 1 in very good fashion. We got Darkchild number 2 and Darkchild number 2 and Darkchild number 3 and Darkchild number 3, all in somewhat good condition. So that is just to fill my collection of older stuff. And then we move on to Artgerm. This stack is just humongous of Artgerm. And that is just to fill out my collection because I just started buying Artgerm. We have this $10 book, a thickie, Detective Comics 1027 with Batman and Batwoman on the cover. Artgerm cover, very nice. And then we have Dark Knight's Death Metal 1, and I think this is a series, and I actually need to. For some reason, I didn't buy the others, and I think he made them as well. Artgerm cover as well. Dark Knight's Death Metal. But very cool cover. And then we have Heat Seeker, a Gun Honey series. And these are a pulp series, not DC or Marvel or Image or anything else. Hard case crime novels. These are famous for having 20 variants, 10 variants of the covers. Some are cosplay, some are nude, some are adult, some are all sorts of artists. A bit like Cinescope. They hire a lot of artists to do a lot of different covers. But they hired Artgerm and they hired Chew and they hired some of the artists from Artgerm Collectibles to do covers. So I have ordered those from. I think I ordered all 4 of this Heat Seeker series just to get the collection. But yeah, it's a pulp series, pulp crime. Not usually my thing, but I guess I'm gonna read it because now I have it. It is a mature series. And then we have I Hate Fairyland, #1, Image Comics, and Artgerm comic cover. Very slightly different from his usual style. He can flex a bit for Image Comics. And I look forward to reading this. Something different, very cool. And we're back to Marvel. Scream, Curse of Carnage. A very, flesh-ish design here. It's all right, I guess. And another new character, Hallows Eve, a Halloween villain, hero. I'm actually not sure if it's a villain or hero, but also Archer. New #1. And Image comic, Mercy. A very, very artistic cover from Archer. Very cool. And a different artistic cover from Artgerm, Poison Ivy #3. We're going, I'm not sure if this is new or old, because we are moving into older stuff now, moving back in time. These are some are from eBay, some are from auctions and whatnot. Because now we are definitely moving back, and we are moving into stuff I bought because I have them on Marvel Snap, for instance. Inferno #1, Mystique, Mid-Transformation. This is a very popular variant on Marvel Snap. Inferno. We got Magic, New Mutants, Artgerm. And we actually got the cover that started it all, because this was the first character this was the first variant I wanted to collect on Marvel Snap. So this started it all, and it took me a long while to find this comic book for some reason. Because people wanted a lot amount of money for it on eBay, and like finding the right place to ship it and stuff from the US, even though it is easy to find at a regular price in the US. But it was tricky for me for some reason to find this, but I have it now. So all is well. Very cool. Arrow #1. And also a very iconic cover. She-Hulk #1, the Artgerm variant. And Demon Days #1, X-Men, Artgerm cover. Very, very cool cover. And we got Tiger Division #1, Artgerm. And we got Captain Marvel. And you might have seen some of these because they are in the art books I have shown in the Artgerm art book video. This one is, and some of the others are as well. Very cool. Captain Marvel. We're back to Scarlet Witch, Trial of Magneto, #1. And this is a very, very famous cover as well. Jean Grey, X-Men, #1. And then we move into Spider-Woman, and then, alright. Spider-Woman #5. And this has a lot of different variants, and some of them are very, very expensive. Her outfit comes in different colors. if it's 1 to 25 or 1 to 50 variant. I think this is the cheapest version because I did run out of money this month, as you might imagine. But Spider-Man, yeah. And Amazing Spider-Man cover. Half Mary Jane, half Black Cats, #1. Very, very cool cover. Is it foil? It looks foil. Can't actually remember, but very, very cool cover. And then we go into DC again. We got Batgirls #14. These are much older, somewhat older. We got Batman Superman World's Finest #4. This is not. This is a Derek Chew. It's snug in. Derek Chew. And back to an Artgerm. Very, very cool cover. Batgirl. 32. And then we have these monochromic Batman covers, which is a series of covers. I think there are 4 of them. Catwoman and Punchline. 134. That was 132. Then we have 135. There might be actually 5 of them because I don't have the last 2. But these are also pretty thick books. MSRP are $6 and $8 on these. Then we have Catwoman #10. And Catwoman #11. Now we're definitely back in time. You can tell on his art style. September 2012. 12 years ago. And Batwoman #12. He has been at it for a while. And a very, very iconic cover. If you the last Artgerm art book, this is the cover for that. It's Year of the Villain variant cover. Very, very cool portraits. And something very different from his usual style, the retro style, animated series style. These 2 next to each other, 13 and 14. And we made it. A lot of comic books, and I even sorted some out for later use. I don't think next month will be as big. I've really covered a lot of bases on Artgerm. It will be a lot less next month. But I have something in the mail that is a lot more expensive. So thanks for watching. I hope this was interesting for somebody. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.